Enthusiasts, and in this video we've got a little story to tell you. A story about a man who failed as much in life as he did in the art world, Mr. Adolf Hitler. We're going back to 24th of January 2019 here, people, from an article from BBC News. I don't like BBC as much as the next person, but, you know, they're not going to lie about this. Adolf Hitler paintings of no artistic value on sale in Berlin. I don't read it. It looks washed out, this picture here. Let's open it up. Let's open it up. No, it's not letting me open it up. One of the works attributed to the former Nazi leader Adolf Hitler. Free watercolour. You can tell it's watercolour because it's shit. I don't like watercolour. Watercolour always looks washed out. It just always looks washed out unless you do it like a pop art style, like this guy I follow called Richard Berner. If you do it in like a pop art thick way, it looks really good. But when it comes to landscapes, it all looks the same. It just all looks the same. It just all looks washed out. There's no depth. You can't really get depth to it. That's why it should be used in a more pop arty sense. That's why I think anyway. Free watercolour paintings have been treated. No, I said that. The separate works depict a mountain scene, a river, and a distant figure sat beneath a tree. The watercolours were created in the early 20th century, while Hitler, later guilty of some of the worst crimes in history, I think some of the worst crimes in history, for him, Stalin, and Mao probably, worked as a painter in Munich. Auctioneers said that while they had no artistic value, the pictures could sell for thousands of euros. Mostly like weird or like murderer, like what's it called, murderabilia sort of people. I think they're into that sort of stuff. I know, I think Churchill did a few paintings. I don't think Stalin did any paintings. Auctioneers said strong demand is expected from online bidders in the UK, Scandinavia, the US, and Russia. The paintings' elderly sellers reportedly did not want to be identified, probably because they didn't want crazy people knocking on their doors, calling them Nazis. If you walk down this scene and see 100 artists, 80 will be better than this, Heinz Joachim Maeder, a spokesperson for Kloss Auction House in Berlin, told Reuters. The value of these objects and the media interest is because of the name at the bottom, he added. That is true. These aren't good painters, by the way. This is like Bob Ross is a lot better, and he does it in like an hour. And as a Hitler artworks aren't known to exist. You should have used oil, really. They just look washed out. Before World War I, in which he fought, Hitler worked in Vienna as a casual labourer and an artist, drawing postcards and paintings. Oh, he's doing pretty well back in the day. He should have started drawing postcards and paintings. In his book Mein Kampf, he claimed to have produced as many as 300 paintings a day. Well, 3 paintings a day. What was I talking about? 300 paintings a day. Well, I've got to slow down. It's pretty late. It's half 3. Give you that. It's half 3 in the morning. While in power, Hitler allegedly ordered the collection and destruction of his artworks, but several hundred are known to still exist. In Germany, it is legal to sell pictures by Hitler so long as they don't contain Nazi symbols. Hitler worked as a painter in Vienna before rising to power in Germany. Many are held by the US Army, which confiscated them at the end of World War II. Their collection has never been exhibited. Others are held in a private collection of individuals and institutions. One of the largest is housed at the International Museum of World War II in the US. In 2014, a watercolour of a registry office in Munich sold for 130,000 euros at an auction in Nuremberg, southern Germany. The picture became a bill of sale and a signed letter. The picture came with a bill of sale and a signed letter by Nazi military commander Albert Bormann. Others have been auctioned for lower amounts. Mullocks of Shropshire sold a collection of 13 artworks in 2009 for 130,000 euros. All were signed A. Hitler. Wow. Guess what happened in the future, my friends? In the words of, here we go, Paul Joseph Watson. Come on. Imagine my shock. Hitler paintings failed to sell at auction in Germany. 10th of February 2019. I think it's the 11th today. 4 pictures said to have been painted by Nazi leader Adolf Hitler have failed to sell at auction in Germany. That auction house hoped to raise 45,000 euros from their most expensive work. The auction was held in Nuremberg, the German city once notorious for Hitler's mass rallies, where leading Nazis were later tried for war crimes Accusations of forgery marred by the auction. City Mayor Ulrich Malay described it as being in a bad taste. The sale also included items said to have been owned by the dictator, including a vase and a wicker chair with a swastika on its arm. Not a lot of people are going to buy that, I don't think. Under Hitler's rule, 1933-1945, Nazi Germany began World War II, pursuing a genocidal policy that resulted in the deaths of some 6 million Jews and other people. Come on, you get the Soviets and the gays and like the mentally disabled, they all fucking died as well. And tens of millions of other civilians and combatants. Public displays of Nazi symbols are against the law in Germany, except in some contexts such as educational or historical reasons. The auction house got around the law by pixelating the symbols with their catalogue. Wimps. What problems did the auction face? Dozens of artworks, including some set for sale, were seized from the auction house last week by German police. Prosecutors said a total of 63 items bearing the signatures AH or A Hitler were confiscated over forgery concerns, and an investigation was opening into unidentified individuals on suspicion of falsifying documents and attempted fraud. Nuremberg Chief Prosecutor Andrzej Goskog, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, told AFP. She confirmed the auction house had cooperated and handed over the works voluntarily. Sales of the paintings purporting to be from dictator regularly generate controversy and accusations of forgery. Last month, the German police seized the collection due to go on sale in Berlin over concerns over authenticity. Hitler, who was twice rejected by the Vienna Arts Academy of Fine Arts, is known to have sold his artwork in his youth. Dozens of works attributed to him, which were regarded by art experts as being of poor quality and have been sold over the years. In 2015, one of the auction house sold more than a dozen paintings attributed to Hitler for almost €500,000. Not bad. There's a bit of chair there. There's the swastika. But I think you could probably sell it to like Philippines or India, because over there it's like means something different. I think it's like the beginning of weaving. So which is like a weaved chair, so it would make sense over there. So it's the Philippines, like Southeast Asia, so that's means something different over there. Bids then reportedly came from Germany, China, France, Brazil, and the United Arab Emirates. In 2014, the auction house sold a Hitler watercolour of Munich City Hall for €130,000. Like we said before, the sale of Nazi memorabilia remains a divisive topic around the world. Some buyers say it is for historical reasons, but campaign groups want items are also purchased by far-right groups, members who idolise the regime. Last year, some UK-based groups lobbied online retailers to better regulate Nazi memorabilia sales. I don't think government should be involved in telling people what they should can and can't sell, really. No one's going to go crazy because they own a fucking Adolf Hitler painting. I think they should kind of fuck down. Anyway, that's that. I thought I'd talk a bit of some art news. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, 2 days ago I went to the Southampton Art Gallery and I saw Leonardo da Vinci drawings and some artwork by Greg Gilbert. I might do a video about that later on. I haven't done a video in some time, but I'll start doing more videos about art in the near future. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching, and goodbye.